If you are new to Caregiver Wins, now that we have got this working, the purpose of Caregiver Wins is to give us some bite-sized tips on challenging dementia behaviors, so that by the end of this live, you are going to have one actionable tip. And hopefully within the next 24 hours, you are going to be able to take that one small tip and you are going to be able to turn it into a tangible result, thus a caregiver win. All right. And again, in case this is your first time seeing me, whew, I know, I wish it didn't have to be with a tech issue. I'm sorry about that. But my name is Krista. Again, I'm a certified dementia practitioner. My background is in geri-psych. That's why I talk all about challenging dementia behaviors. So again, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you guys. All right. Okay. So, real quick, my challenge for all of us before we really get going into the information, hopefully get everybody back on, is within the next 24 hours after learning a good tip, I want you to uh, actually try and use that tip. Try to put that tip into action. So tell me in chat if, say yes, if you are willing to take at least one tip. It doesn't have to be a big one. It could just be a really small aha moment. And you're willing to actually put it into practice so that you can actually get a win instead of just listening to me talk, instead of just, uh, taking in the information and doing nothing with it. Actually get a win. All right. I see a yes from Christy. Let's see. Who else is in? Who, like, say I'm in if you are wanting to get that caregiver win. All right. Awesome. I see Sharon says yes. Okay. All right. Well, with all that being said, we will get going. All right. So tell me in chat real quick if you are someone who has been struggling with getting your person with dementia to agree to showering, hygiene, medication. Let me know if that is you, if that is something that you have struggled with. I see yes, Melinda, yes, Lisa. Yeah. So if you felt alone, just like, my gosh, why has my person with dementia not been like, why is my person with dementia refusing to shower? Like, it's a pretty basic thing. They've been doing this their entire lives. Like, why? Why now? Like, why? And don't worry, we're going to learn why. All right. I'm making sure I got a cord plugged in real quick to make sure that we are charging here. Okay. All right. Awesome. Nice. Okay. So we're going to work through this together. We say showering is our issue. I see yes, yes, that's me. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Huge problem. Okay. So if we think about all the reasons why showering is the issue that our person is dealing with, it really comes down to two things, two big things. No sound again. Good Lord, have mercy. Okay. Can you hear me again? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Because I see my mic going at the bottom. All right. So, really, two main reasons why our person refuses to shower. It's for physical discomfort and mental discomfort are the main reasons why. So, let's think through this together, all the physical reasons why our person might be refusing to shower. So, it's cold. And again, you guys can feel free to put into chat all the physical reasons why you think someone wouldn't want to shower, because it's going to help us understand our person and what we can do to help them. So yeah, you're cold, you're undressing, you are trying to step in and out of the shower. That could be hard on joints. The water pressure can hurt their skin. The temperature can be hard to get right, so that could be hurting their skin. These are all reasons why our person with dementia could be struggling with different issues with showering. All right. Yeah, we got some great things going on in the comments as well. So everybody, again, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching the replay, it is so important to not, again, not just learn from me, not just get tips from me, but also with our Caregiver Wins community. All right, so that's the first part, is our folks with dementia will refuse to shower due to them being physically uncomfortable with the process. All right, next, it is a mentally uncomfortable thing that happens. Yeah. So mentally, especially as our person gets further and further in the process of dementia, uh, it can be difficult to remember the steps. It can be, again, difficult to try to get the temperature right and remember how to do that. It could be hard to squeeze the shampoo bottle out. So, the reason why I mention all of this and why I'm talking about all of this is that while it seems like a pretty basic thing, there are a lot of challenges. And just to add on top of all the mental challenges here, uh, it is mentally very hard for them to keep track of their routine and hard to keep track of uh, all the all the different times that maybe they showered that week. So tell me in chat real quick if you guys have heard the absolute dreaded phrase, uh, I showered yesterday, or I see Joyce, you just said he doesn't need one. Yeah, that's a big one too. Absolutely. Yeah. So uh that can be so frustrating to hear that. So we're going to talk a few different solutions to help us with that. Yep. Oh, worried about privacy. That's a good one too. That can definitely be a mental block for sure. All right. Let's see. They don't want help. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. And yeah, don't need it. Yeah, definitely. It can be hard to convince them. So, absolutely. So we're going to talk through a few different tips. So number one, again, for the folks who at the very beginning of this live were saying they wanted to take a win, turn it into a tangible result. Here is a tip. Put a heater nearby the bathroom door. Heat up their clothes in the dryer. Make sure that they aren't going to be too cold. Any professional caregiver will tell you that unless they're sweating in that bathroom, uh, that room is not warm enough for them. Our folks, just our elderly folks in general, have very poor circulation. So that's another tip too, is making sure that they have their hands and their feet cold. Yeah, so that's one tip that we can implement today to see if that helps. Um, if and again, you'll have a good sense of if a tip is more likely to work for you or not with showering in particular. If you notice that they're just avoiding it, it could be a physical thing. Uh, However, if they are telling you, I already did it, this, that, and the third, then we'll probably have to move to them uh, to a more mental reason why that they may be refusing. And I see some awesome tips here as far as the cold issue there. That is the number one reason why our folks may refuse to actually go and take a shower is that they are too cold. All right. So another tip that we can do to help our person along as well, if it's a more mental thing. And I saw some folks in chat talk about how they're saying, "Hey, for my person, they are saying they can do it themselves, or they're struggling with." Let's see, how can you try to get the reason when they're not saying? Oh, that's a good question, Andrea. Yeah, definitely. So that's the maddening thing about our folks with dementia is that uh, they probably don't even know why they're not showering. Likely for a lot of them, they are uh, they are having a hard time even sequencing when it is that they had the shower last. So what's there too is if they say, hey, I already showered before, when you say, hey, you need to take a shower, um, I'd first just try to wait, like just say, okay, and then maybe ask again in 15 to 30 minutes. Because again, their concept of time is really wonky. So that could be something to try. As well as sometimes some people just need the reason why they need to shower, like directly in front of them. So it could be maybe you just did some type of workout, walk, something that got them sweaty. So that the reason's right in front of them. It could be you accidentally on purpose got something spilled on their shirt. Um, and for some folks, it could be that again, they just struggle with the steps. So and I noticed somebody else also mentioned privacy as a thing. So a lot of it too is about is helping walking them through the steps. So something I'll do is I will ask them, is I will get them to is I'll say, "Hey, I'll come with me to the bathroom and just come with me." I'm not going to be super specific about it. I'm not going to ask them, "Hey, could you shower? We're coming with me to shower." I'll just say, "Hey, come with me." And I'll just basically start saying, "Okay, I'm holding up a towel. Take off your socks first." And again, this would work for somebody who maybe is a little bit further along. There's somebody who's like, I'm Miss Independent. It could be maybe you set up uh, a spa type setup in there. So like maybe you already drew the bath or something like that, and saying, "Hey, I surprised you with a really nice bath experience." Or if they're struggling to get in and out of the bathtub, and obviously that's not a thing, I've set things up already so that you can take a really nice, relaxing shower because I've noticed you've been really stressed out. The word shower will trigger my mother and she will get upset. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. And so I think for a lot of the folks on here that are saying, my person is really, really struggling with showering, even just the word is going to trigger them. I think what's there is what we really need to realize when it comes to dementia is that our folks become very, very sensitive to sensory input. Almost like they've like acquired like autistic like symptoms with dementia. So knowing that is your person, then making sure that another good thing you could do is like, hey, could you come help me with something real quick? Here, could you test to see if this water temperature feels right? That could be a good entry point. Wherein something I notice as well is that the more you ask for permission, the more they resist because they will perceive it as like another decision to be made. So, um, really, my thought is like, if I can get them into the bathroom, honestly, that's half the battle. And then from there, it's very much helping them through the process as best I can, whether it be holding up a towel, whether it be guiding them through the process. That really, really helps a lot of those people. And great suggestion, Tony. She says no rinse washcloths can really help by those who are triggered just by the word. Uh, that's totally okay. If you have to use like a sponge bath, if you know anything that gets the job done, at least for uh, sensitive areas, that's super, super important for sure. All right. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so real quick, a few things we can try. Again, heating up that bathroom, getting them to test that water temperature on their hands first, and maybe using the washcloths, I think uh, are potentials for absolutely huge wins. Okay, perfect. All right. So real quick, you guys, I'm trying to make sure that I have my power gone so I do not lose power. Man, I have been very unlucky with the technology today. Again, let me know. There we go. We got plugged in. We're going to keep our power. Okay. So mom thinks she can do it herself. Yeah. So Grace, if you're somebody who has a person who thinks that they can do it all themselves, I would try setting them up for success. So again, um, consolidating the soap where let's just say it's like one container so that they don't have to guess between try to read shampoo, try to read conditioner, which one is this? Just get one of those three in ones so that it's just one thing of soap. And you can let her know maybe before she gets in the shower, hey mom, the different shampoo, conditioner, all that stuff was frustrating me, so I just got a three in one. So really, whether she uses it soap, whether she uses shampoo, it doesn't matter. It's all going to work exactly the same. So maybe simplifying, making sure that towel's out, making sure everything is ready for her to go. I think can help that I do it myself type person. Oh, great idea, Laura, too. Laura suggesting the blue hug. So the blue hug is a like it feels almost like a felt or swim type material, and it's like a dress that goes over them. So it does a lot of things. It keeps them warm. It helps them uh, keep their modesty, and it has like zippers near all the private areas, so it can allow you to help them get get bathed and get clean without all the fuss. So that can be super super helpful with your person with dementia as well. So that is a great. Oh, thank you for the word. Neoprene is the fabric type on the blue hug. Yeah. So I'll make sure to put a link to the blue hug if for so if anybody isn't already signed up for our newsletter for Caregiver Win alerts, definitely Caregiver Win alerts for sure. Be sure to sign up for that. So you can get the link to the Blue Hug if you're interested in that. I'm not sponsored by them or I don't have an affiliate link. It's just something that I think could be really helpful to you guys. Um, Yeah, definitely, Dottie. She says, we put a heater in the bathroom. She still complains about it being cold and that she's sweating bullets. Unfortunately, that's what it takes, but I think warming like their hands and feet can really help with that so that they're you don't put like five sweaters on them and they're still shivering. Oftentimes them saying it's still cold is because the blood circulation's not getting to their limbs. So that can be a difficult part, for sure. All right. Yeah. So, okay. So let me how do I get links for the tips? Yeah, so Andrew, if you haven't already signed up for our newsletter or our caregiver win alerts, you can go to dementiasuccesspath.com and do that, as well as it's going to be linked in this replay as well, to get that. So you get emailed the replay, but the replay is also going to be here on Facebook as well, so that'll be pretty easy for us to do that. All right, so quick tips again, for everybody at the very beginning who said yes to getting a win by actually putting into action within the next 24 hours a tip, so we get a caregiver win. Again, heating up that bathroom. Let me know if that's a tip that we want to use. Um, Second, uh, help having them check the temperature. I think that'll both help with the folks who have sensory issues, maybe get used to the sensation of the water, as well as give them a little bit more sense of control, and it helps them uh, take that next step. And then lastly, I guess get something like the blue hug or the no rinse shower wipes. So let me know in chat, or let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay, if you which one of those you're going to do. If you are going to try heating up that bathroom, checking the temperature, or getting like the blue hug or no rinse wipes. Let me know what your plan is, what you're going to try. Um, the reason why I asked for you guys to commit to that is it makes it more likely that we're actually going to do it, instead of just, we want to actually not just consume content, but we also want to get tangible results in our life as caregivers. Awesome. Okay. All right. So that is showering. So another huge refusal that I hear, and let me know in chat if this is something that we're dealing with, is our folks who are dealing with uh, refusing medications. So tell me in chat if your person with dementia is refusing medications. All right. Eating the bathroom. Yep. Okay. So one of the what like I so the main thing so one of the main things that I hear for medication refusals is, how do I get them to just take the medication already? How do I get them to just swallow it already? How do I get them to stop refusing the meds? If that's you, you're definitely not alone. Um, but the very first thing I would uh, really approach when it comes to the medications, before you try to think, okay, well, how can I just make them do this? I would really take a close look at, do they need to be taking all those medications at one time? So what do I mean by that? So our folks with dementia and just elderly people in general are given a ton of medication. Sometimes they're given medication to counteract side effects of other medication. So I just take a close look at all the medication and really figure out with their doctor, do they need to be taking all these medications? And if so, is it possible to space out the time in which they take medication? Because let's use that their loose concept of time to our advantage, which is, maybe they're overwhelmed by 10 different pills in front of them, but they may be less overwhelmed with maybe one or two. And I know this is a job, this is a huge job, but this is just one suggestion um, that could be there. So that's one thing. And I see folks already commenting on this, and I love that. I love that. Okay. So another thing that we can do is, before we put the medication head inside applesauce or pudding, which honestly, I love this the best because A, it makes it way more palatable, and B, it's less of a fight. You want to talk with your doctor or the pharmacist before you do try that. And you want to ask them if it is able to be crushed and if the medication can be taken with food. So we want to get that okay first before we try crushing the medication and put it in pudding or food or applesauce or what have you. So that's something that we can definitely do. I saw somebody else comment this as well. Ask if the medication that they're on can be given in liquid form, because it could be uh, easier to swallow. So again, all these tips are less about trying to convince them to take the medication. And I think that's really our first go around, is if I could just convince them to take it. And it's more about making sure that the medication's more palatable, making sure that they're not overwhelmed by the amount of medication. So yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to be very, very careful about which medications that you crush or put with food. That's super, super important. So three things that we can do. We can, one, take a look at all the medications that they're taking, see if we can take some off. Two, we can make sure that our person with dementia has medication that is able to be crushed or taken with food, and see if we can do that. Three, could see if it comes in a liquid form. And lastly, I would say too, something I've really seen work is modeling it, just doing it with them. Um, Sometimes I'll just I'm saying, hey, I'm taking my meds and my vitamins. All right, I'm taking it ready. One, two, three. And just like taking it down. Sometimes the peer pressure can really, really help. Uh, so again, let me know in chat if you are struggling with the medication refusals. Oh, that's a good question, Etta. How can I tell him he needs to swallow it and not chew it? Yes, that is a great question. Um, yeah, yeah. So, um, I think what's there is probably less trying to tell him that, because that might, especially the further and further you get on in the disease, the harder it is for the instructions to compute. And the more I'd probably look into it, are these medications crushable? Are Can this medication come in liquid form? so that it's a little bit easier for them to swallow, to take. Um, for them, that's what I would do. And if the medication isn't crushable, I'd ask if you can have them switch to medication that is, or comes in liquid form, so it's easier for them to swallow. Yeah, you know what? Hey, if they're chewing the medication like food, that's okay. So someone mentioned that in the comments. All right, awesome. So the tips we're using so far, and tell me in chat if we are going to give this a try so we can get a win. Because again, at the very beginning of our live, of our Caregiver Wins live, we're talking about taking one tip and implementing it within the next 24 hours and sharing that in the replay of this post, or sending me an email and letting me know that you did it, keeping ourselves accountable, so that we're not just consuming this content, so that we are going out there and we are getting a tangible results with the thing that we are learning. So if you are struggling with medication refusals, let me know. If you are going to see if they need all the medications, if you are going to ask their doctor if that medication is crushable or can be taken with food, and if so, um, start disguising that medication with food. Um, all right. Do men wear the blue hug? They can. There's no rules that they can't. Oh, good. Oh, thank you for saying that, Jennifer. No, liquid form can have different reactions with them, even with the same med. Yeah, so definitely, again, before you do the food, liquid, whatever different swallowing tricks with that, make sure to consult their doctor first. Oh, nice, Susan. Great. Yes. Susan says she is taking that. Okay, perfect. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so real quick before I hop off, um, is there any refusals that I didn't mention that you want me to mention real quick? I want to keep this as simple as possible so that it feels doable, so that we don't get lost in the sauce. So again, if showering is the main refusal for your person with dementia, the tips that you can implement are: one, uh, making sure that bathroom is heated; two, having them check that water temperature with you, saying, hey, come with me, come with me, here, can you help me with something real quick? Here, do you think that this water temperature feels good? And then moving them along from there. Or third, uh you give them a reason why they're showering, whether it be, oh no, you got something on your shirt, or oh, we got sweaty, let's rinse off before company. So again, one of those three things. Or getting the blue hug, which is a like a shower one piece type thing, like a shower dress thing. Men can wear it too. So again, heating the bathroom, checking the temperature, getting the blue hug or shower wipes. All right, awesome. And then with the medication, again, are we going to try out the tip of paring down the medication, seeing if the medication can be crushed? Again, checking with your doctor before you crush that medication or try liquid form. Um, let me know in chat which tip we are going to try. So, are we going to do the shower tips or the med tips? Let me know in chat. Shower tips or med tips that we're going to try. All right. I see some folks. Let's see. Getting them to take their clothes off, changing clothes. Yeah. So one of my best tips when it comes to changing clothes is, instead of pointing out that they smell, that the clothes need to be changed, look, there's a stain right here, you got to change your clothes. Sometimes that doesn't work for everybody. So what I find is a lot more positive is saying, oh my gosh, I saw this cute shirt today and I thought you would look amazing in it. Here, let's try this on real quick and see if it fits you. Then they have a more positive reason to change their clothes. And then you just compliment them up left and center, saying, oh my gosh, it looks amazing on you, you should wear that for the rest of the day. it's a lot easier and a lot more positive to do it that way. Again, the clothing could just be something in their closet. They haven't seen it a long time. You don't even have to spend money on this. But that can be a great way to help encourage them to change their clothes. All right. Any tips to encourage brushing teeth um, or using something else? Okay. Yeah, brushing teeth is really hard. And I think again, it's one of those sensory issues. Again, if you just hopped onto this live, uh, truly getting them clean can be like getting their teeth clean specifically can be hard because the longer they go without brushing, the more sensitive their gums are. The more sensitive their gums are, the more the toothbrush is going to hurt. So I would try maybe using like a silicone bristle so it's a little bit more gentle in their teeth. Sometimes using like a little hand, like finger toothbrush that might be a little easier for them to use even. So you could stick it on their finger and they can do that. Will it be a perfect job? No, but hey, good enough. So they feel a little bit more in control. Let me know if you guys want me to link that in a Caregiver Wins replay email. Again, if you are part of the Caregiver Wins uh, email chain, let me know. In chat. If you are not, the link to join that email is going to be in this replay. Additionally, you could go to dementiasuccesspath.com under free resources, and you can find where you sign up for Caregiver Win alerts. All right. Let's see. All right. I think we got through most of them. Nice. Most people are saying they're going to use the shower tips as part of their wins. Awesome. Okay. So I'm very excited for you guys to be able to get some wins with showering. Again, come back to this replay or email me at and again, if you're part of the Caregiver Win alerts, once you get that replay email, you could just email me back with your win. Oh, perfect, Lisa. Great. Lisa said she just signed up for the email alerts. Let me know how that went so I could help maybe troubleshoot a little bit uh, if it didn't work. So, oh, mouthwash, yeah. And everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Next time we're going to come together for Caregiver Wins is going to be in March. I do Caregiver Wins, I would say once or twice a quarter, I would say. So I would say once every other month, once every 3 months is typically when I do Caregiver Wins lives. And if any of you guys who are watching have been part of our big open workshop series, uh, we are doing a new big workshop series in April. So, what that means is you get a lot of free resources. You get on a giant Zoom call and is more demonstration based. It's less me talking and interacting with you guys in a chat, and it's me getting actual volunteers to help demonstrate uh, things that you can say and do to help with challenging dementia behaviors that you're seeing as a caregiver. And uh, it's a really, really awesome thing. So again, to know when exactly we're going to be doing that, be sure to sign up for our email alerts. Again, you could go to dementiasuccesspath.com. It's the same name as uh, the Facebook page that you're watching this live in, just with .com at the end. It's also going to be linked in this replay. So I hope that this has helped us. I really am looking forward to hearing about all your wins. And hopefully, again, it can feel so overwhelming to learn about dementia caregiving and how to do it in a way that's going to be effective for you and your person with dementia. However, you don't have to know every single thing all at once. All it takes is taking one tip at a time and being brave enough to actually implement it, to actually do it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.